Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever part of the world you're in. I am lined up on the wrong end of the runway. I'm going to taxi down and turn around, otherwise my autopilot will get mad at me, even though the wind's going from this direction. Oh, heck, I'm just going to get in the air. This flight started. That visual glitch. Love it. Starting right off with the visual glitch. We're just going to punch it, get in the air. We'll take care of the autopilot issues after. Set the autopilot for, we're going to cruise at about 15,000 because there's a bit of weather. And time to blow up. Just in time. Look at that. And that stupid visual glitch is back already. Seriously. Fix it. Landing lights off. Fuel's full. Both tanks. We're going to turn autopilot on. Nav mode's going to drive us bonkers because it's going to try to go right around in a circle. And we're going to turn our altitude on. Check out this beautiful city. It's huge. Sorry, I'm just a tad late on my start time, so we're taking off at 1. I'll still come back at 4, but we'll be closer to 9 o'clock for landing. 9 might even be 10 o'clock for landing. But this entire flight's going to be over land and mountains, so the last half of it will be worthwhile. I am deviating from the original flight path. We're still going the exact same places, but we're going to go around. Instead of, they had to go completely around the country, 10 miles out to sea, the entire route to avoid flyover fees. We're going to pretend that we have the fees, and we're going to overfly the country, because to fly around it was almost 17 hours instead of 9 hours. So we're gonna do the 9-hour flight today. Autopilot's still doing the climb out. Now we'll make it the turn and get out on course and see if we can't get above this weather. And I got to trim the aircraft out. I don't burn up all the fuel. Take a look outside. Funny how there was so much of nothing to get here. Along the coast there was nothing, and then bam, giant city. Big real football, non-American football stadium. Or is that an American football stadium? It's hard telling. I think it's just regular soccer football, real football stadium. We're going to be heading back over the Amazon River. Parts of it, even though most of it's over there. The route will take us, this route will be much nicer. It goes up over some mountains, lakes and rivers, jungle. It'll be much better than staying 10 miles out to sea the whole way. Let's hope we can get up over this. Get up over this weather. On live time, live weather. I'm sorry, I'm about an hour late from when I was planning on starting. But real life gets in the way. Got to turn on. I forgot to turn on my tracker. If anybody's wondering, I do use virtual online transmitter. If you want to track my flight, it's on there. I also use the Microsoft Flight Simulator mobile companion app. Absolutely a godsend. You can load your. You can use a tablet, laptop, anything that's got a web browser, and you can use that to control your autopilot, mapping. There's many different controls you can use. You can almost set up your tablet as a multifunction display. It's definitely well worth it. It's very small and it works great. Quite often I'll have 2 or 3 screens tied into it. Oh wait, I almost forgot. I'm going to try to put some music on. I finally got music. And if anybody's looking for royalty-free music, Humble Bundle's got hours and hours and hours of it in a big package that you can purchase for like 25 bucks instead of having monthly subscriptions. And it's got tons of music, and that's what I got. So I finally have music for my stream. We'll see how this works, if it works. Might have to turn the music down a tad. Oh yeah, it's way too loud. There, we'll try that. I still haven't gone through all the music to see what I like, what I don't like, but this one's pretty good. Got a medieval gaming type vibe to it. D&D vibe. Still might be a touch loud. I don't have anybody here watching to tell me. That's probably better. That's right, I don't expect anybody watching these streams. They're just random flight starts. The higher we climb, the more we lean the engine out. I guess I shouldn't be surprised it's raining. This is, after all, the Amazon rainforest. Looks like we're hitting some good updrafts. There we go. Actually, we're going to run out of the weather, it looks like. At least for a while. I'm still going to go to 15,000. Just about the highest you want to go without oxygen. I think the actual recommended is 14,000 without oxygen. Go a wide angle here and take a little bit better view of what we got around us. Yeah, I think once we get to 15,000, we'll stay above most of it. I'll keep checking back periodically, but we're going to end the stream shortly after we level off and trim out at 15,000. Then be back in about 3 hours to run the last 4 or 5 hours of the flight. Also, just going to plug Thursday night flights this week is going to be low and slow with float planes. I'm going to have the icon for taking off from Water Airport and landing at a Water Airport. And we're going to tour my backyard, quite literally, where I grew up, where my family's from, where I live now, where I learned to fly. You'll all see why I used to ride my bicycle to the airport, was just down the road. So that will be Thursday night flights this week. Will be fun. The following week, I'm up in the air. I've got one in the Alps I want to do, but I'm hoping they fix the issue with the meshes right now, because it just stutters so bad it's not worth flying, and I have to remove it, and I'd like to fly that one with the mesh. So that one's out. I'm thinking about places I would never normally fly. And Iran, Iraq came up. I'm not going to do Russia at this time, just out of respect. When that whole mess is over, then we'll go back to flying Russia. But for now, I'm not going to do that. But I'm thinking Iran, Iraq area, the old Persia area. There's some mountains to the north. And then I was thinking Italy, but that's the next flight sim update, world update. It's going to be Italy, so we'll hold off on that for then. So maybe next week will be either the Iran, Iraq area or Canadian Rockies, or I'll find something. We're doing low and slow this week. The following week will definitely be low and fast. The low and fast we keep are shorter because we tend not to do much more than an hour and a half of that, because that's a lot of stress, a lot of work. Oh yeah, now the weather's going to be patchy, and I think we'll have enough altitude up here. I'll give myself some throttle before we fall out of the sky here. Sometimes I've found with this aircraft, when you start climbing anything above 12, 13,000 feet, sometimes you have to climb in stages. Go level off, build up airspeed, then climb the next 1,000. Even though the aircraft is capable of something like crazy, like 23,000 feet. But you have to go up very slow. We only got 1,000 feet to go, so we'll make it without having to do stages. We're leaned out almost 2/3 of the way. Clean. We actually have a beautiful day here in real life. Up here, it's finally warm weather. Well, it finally warmed up. Sun's out. Got the fruit trees and the grapes all being watered. And we're almost here. Level out, trim it out. Got to watch the RPMs. Yeah, I figured I better set my barometric pressure one more time before I reach the final altitude. And that should do it. We're pretty well trimmed out. Nope, RPMs are a little high. True red line in this is 25.75. We'll keep it back just a hair. And we're at altitude, we're at cruising speed. I will see you all in about 3 hours. Till then, have fun.